Hey guys, how you doing? And as always, welcome to the show. I got John here with me. He is your host tonight for he's your host every time that we're on. Um, for Offsides, college football's 25, top 25 plus 5. We've got so much information. I just got done printing it out. John sends it to me every week. I love it, and it's like, okay, we're at that great time of year that I love football and I can't do it without John. There's just no way. So, John, as always, I am grateful. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well.
All right. All right.
This is a busy week.
Yep. Up your volume just a tinch.
How about this? Does that work? Does that work?
Yep. Maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
We want to hear you.
Yay.
There we go. Well, we had some upsets happen this last week, John. And I was going, oh, what happened? I wasn't sure what to think. I mean, I was as nervous as an ant eating dinner when an aardvark was standing over the top of the hive. I didn't know what to think. Man, it was scary stuff. I was like, oh, I've got it. I need help. And I don't even know who won last week.
The contest was wow.
I put you on the spot, didn't I?
I even posted it. I don't remember. Let me look. Gotta look now.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll look.
Yeah, matter of fact, I am
Doug.
even Doug?
Doug, 10, 3, and 8.
10, 3, and oh man. Doug needed a week though.
Yeah, that was his
every once in a while the sun shines on a squirrel as he's gathering the acorns. You know how it goes.
He's the West Coast wonder.
Poor Doug. Oh, well, see, if he got on with us, he could defend himself. But he didn't.
Yeah.
He made a bad choice. All right. So, guys, we have a lot going on, too. So, last week, looking at the sheets that you gave me, and I got to make sure I know what is page 1. Number 1, Ohio State. Coach Day is 71-8 in his 9th year. I can't even believe it's its 9th year. And it's pretty amazing. John has it written down here. John, you'll take the next one, but I'll take the first one. Returning offense 6, returning defense 3. Key opponents, well, it was Texas, Penn State, Michigan. Ohio State played Texas first game, 14-7. Grambling, OSU won by 35. That was 70-0. And of course, then we won the next one at Ohio. That one was 37-9. And I'll tell you what, 34-6. I apologize to Washington then. So then we had OSU, but. What are we looking like this week, John? Who do we got? What do you think?
Ohio State has Illinois.
Ohio State does have Illinois. I don't know what to. I don't know what to. Not so fast, my friend.
I've got has Illinois at number 10.
Illinois. Okay. All right. Hang on. Oh. Somebody stole my pen. I got to have my pen. I like Ohio State in this game. I think that Ryan Day has kept Julian saying on a leash, and is just starting to trust him more and more and more. They can't cover Smith. So what are they doing if you can't cover Jeremiah? Well, then you're opening up the whole room for the tight ends. Claire, you've got Tate out there. You've got Innes out there. It's just, and then Jackson and C.J. Donaldson. So I think that it's just opening the offense up all around. And I'm pretty sure Julian, not a big runner, can run if he needed to. It's just very hard to contain this offense.
Yeah.
And the defense, I think, Matt Patricia really does disguise the defense well. It's not a college defense at all. These guys look like they're going to come in and blitz, then boom, they peel back. But then the whole line shifts. Everyone's moving. So it's really hard to predict what they're going to do on defense as well, too. It makes the quarterback very confused. Another hard thing. I like Ohio State in this one. I'll take them by 10.
And the math has them by 8.
Math has them by 8. Okay. Next one, John.
Number 2, Oregon. And Oregon, they started off with a pretty light schedule, and they really didn't run into a game until they got to Penn State, which they won in double overtime, week 5, 30-24.
And that could have went either way. That one could have went either way. Oregon is very fast. They've also have a very dynamic offense. I think the defense is more suspect than the offense is. The offense is doing its job, but the defense, you can definitely see some cracks in the armor there. But they're going against Indiana. And Indiana, Kurt Cignetti, has put together in the last year especially, and this year, a very highly tuned offense and defense. The question is it James Franklin height? Is he going to get over the hump of the big players, the Ohio States, the Oregons, the Michigans, the Penn States? What do you think?
I think Indiana just hasn't been tested this year. They seem to be running, I don't know, on a high octane on offense and defense, but this will be their real first test.
So who do you like in this one?
Oregon by +4.
Not so fast, my friend. I think that Oregon, if the defense can hold up, Oregon will prevail in this game. I like Oregon by 7. I like Oregon by 7 on that one. A touchdown. Unless it gets ugly one way or the other real quick.
Yeah, I just don't think Oregon has played anyone like Indiana, and Indiana has not played anyone with the caliber of Oregon. They'll find out.
Okay, now here comes the hard game, the next one. Oh boy. This is going to be a dandy. We have Georgia at Auburn. Is that right? The team on the left is home, or the team on the right is home?
If you look at the printout, week 7 opponent, it'll tell you.
All right. Printout. Where did I do Georgia? Yeah. I'm a page behind. That could be why. I was a page behind. Yeah, it's Auburn, at Auburn. At Auburn. Okay. This is a hard one to read. What do you Auburn is just, they're coming up short.
Yeah.
But they're playing great. But they're not, you could come up short a little bit, but you can't do it against a team like Georgia. But this also seems to be a different team, this Georgia team.
Georgia is playing like Ohio State, and they figure that at quarter two, the game has already started.
They're hard to bet against. Who do you like in this one?
Georgia by 2 touchdowns.
Georgia by 2 touchdowns. I like that.
Plus 14.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one. And then we have, after that,
Number 4, Alabama.
Yeah, I'm not picking against Alabama. Well, I'll just cut to the chase on that one right away. You pick against Alabama, it's like, why don't you just drop a fork or a knife right into your foot? I mean, they're just good. And they've held their own from the debacle of the first week, but it seems like DeBoer's got them right back on the right track. They're 4-1 and recovering nicely and playing. I mean, they went in and took care of business against Georgia. I like Alabama in this one. What say you, great Swami?
I have Alabama plus 2, and Missouri, great defense, and they're leading the country with, I don't know. Let me see here. I got it written down. Rushing, the number 1 rusher for college football, Ahmad Hardy, 730 yards.
Ooh.
So it's, strong defense and big time run game. So, and Alabama is used to playing against people that throw the ball, and Missouri's going to run it right down the throat.
I mean, Missouri's bringing back 5 returning offense, 8 on the returning defense. We already know that coming into this, I mean, the rushing, and this is with the backup quarterback too. So this is Pribula, 30 of 39, 334 yards, 3 TDs. They haven't really missed a beat. And, I mean, if you already have 700 yards on the season for rushing, you're ready to roll.
So the favorite for the Heisman Trophy for running backs is Jeremy Love. He has 444 for this year. That's it. So he's almost double the Heisman hopeful.
Yeah, well, and I'll tell you what, I mean, that's all he's got is 444 yards.
Yeah.
That's it with 6 TDs. That's not going to get it done. And I just don't see him there at the end. I think that what you're seeing out of Missouri, if that kid can bounce off a good 1,500 yards, he's already halfway there almost.
And Caitlin, when we talked week 1 and I mentioned Missouri, he kind of like rolled his eyes, and now it's a whole bunch of humble pie.
I had water in my mouth. Nothing like a little humble pie.
So I think that, a 2-point game, I think they can go either way. But I never bet against Alabama.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet against Alabama either. And they don't want to take, they've already tasted defeat once, and they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they want to do it again.
Week was not fun for them.
Yeah, there's no time for that at all. Next up, well, we've got
Number 7.
yeah, number 8, Tennessee, right?
Yeah, we already talked about Indiana, number 7. So
Oh, yeah.
Number 8, Tennessee.
Tennessee versus Arkansas. This is a go either way. Which Arkansas team is going to show up? That's the question. I have seen Arkansas in the past, and all of a sudden they come on out and they are like on fire. All the cylinders are clicking. The timing is good on the motor. They're screaming down the track, looking for a good 11-second quarter mile. And then I've seen the Arkansas that they're revving up the car and they've thrown a piston out the bottom of a block. So I'm not sure what to think.
So Arkansas in the ratings, they're number 67. So that would be worse than Penn State losing to UCLA if Arkansas wins.
I agree.
Tennessee.
Yeah, and Tennessee is that team that it's that team that I think really has. We're going to have to see. I don't know if they play Alabama this year, but I believe that they're capable of beating the rest of their opponents. Georgia was their hardest game by far.
So Tennessee has Georgia and Alabama as their top 2 games, and they have yet to go down to Tuscaloosa. So this will be either a good wake up to say you should win this one handily, or if you win it close, it'll give you an idea of what's going to happen against Alabama.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly right. I think that we'll look at it that way and we'll see that. But I like Tennessee. I think Tennessee is a good call on this one. What say you, Swami? What do we got them by?
Tennessee 16.
16. That's about where I would have put them at. Right around 2 touchdowns is what I figured. All right, the next one down on our list. We have Ole Miss versus Washington State.
No.
Yeah. You didn't even have to say it. I saw it in her face. I said, wait a second, my friend. I know what you're talking about. There it is. And it's going to be like that, too. I've got to tell you, I think Ole Miss by at least 21 in this is my thought, maybe 23. Ole Miss is going to stomp them into the ground. Washington State is not the Washington State last year, and I just don't see them hanging with Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin is not going to surrender anything.
On offense, every game he throws a kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, he does. He does too. Yeah, he'll throw the whole kitchen sink at you, a sink full of dirty dishes, the soap, the whole 9 yards.
I hope you have a script.
Yeah. Ole Miss by how many, John?
12.
12. Okay, that's a little lower than what I thought, but okay.
Washington State is number 55. Yeah. So what their I don't know, their strength of the schedule is probably in the bottom 25% of college football, but their coach only averages 6 wins a year. So I'm like, oh, no way.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it at all.
That's barely bowl eligible.
Yeah, it's on the cusp. Oh, it's on the cusp.
2 and 3, you need to start catching up now. You're not building the lead.
All right. We got a good one coming up. Number 11. Texas is at Oklahoma.
Wow.
And we know we don't have Mateer there, but the quarterback that came in seems to be filling the shoes quite well. Arch Manning is definitely struggling. I go back to where Peyton and Eli said he might have been adopted. Oh, that was a funny skit. But oh,
Grandpa's worried.
Yeah, Grandpa's worried. Grandpa's definitely worried there somewhere along the line.
So Oklahoma is playing like Missouri and Alabama. So
yes,
Texas better be on their cues from the opening kickoff.
but the question is, Oklahoma's got the defense to back it up. Brent Venables has taken over and done what he should have done for the first couple of years, and that was just focused primarily on the defense. Now he's doing that, and he's letting the reins go to other people to handle the offense. He's not getting involved with that so much. So you're seeing the payoff out of it. And at Texas, I think that Sark is a great coach. I think that they have good talent there, but for whatever reason, the players are not rising to the occasion or rising up to that level of talent that they have. And, then I'm watching, Arch. He's out there on a Friday night tomatoing cars instead of throwing a football. I mean, I like Oklahoma in this one.
So when Venables left Clemson, you can see that the Clemson lost the defense and Oklahoma gained it all.
Yes. Oh yeah, big drop off.
And now that he has a good coaching staff around him, the offense is coming around. So you had a great defensive coach, and now you have a herd of assistant coaches that want to throw the ball or run. They don't care.
Yeah, I like Oklahoma in this one, John. What is
the points say Texas by +4. I don't know.
Not so fast, my friend. I think that we're going to go with Oklahoma here. I'll take the chance. It's at Oklahoma. That's a 3-point advantage, and I still think Oklahoma has the better defense than Texas. But
the curve appeal says Oklahoma. The stats say Texas. Not so fast.
Not so fast. I don't know.
The Red River is going to be either muddy or full red.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a hard game to pick. I like Oklahoma. I think they've got more to play for.
I just think a home game is 2.5 points, and I don't see Texas having a field goal kicker. I can see the knees shaking already to try to kick a field goal to win the game. I don't see that scenario happening for Texas.
I don't either. Who do you like, John?
Well, Matt, I like Texas. Curve appeal, I like Oklahoma. I still don't know who I'll pick in the picking contest.
I know. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. All right, we'll circle back around to that. Not so fast. All right. Number 12, Texas A&M at Florida, I believe.
That's right.
And, Florida comes off of this win. And and I look at this against Texas, and this is what I'm saying. How do you lose that game? And then it happened, and it wasn't close. Listen, it was a good old-fashioned Betty Lou behind the woodshed spanking, and I just don't understand. I mean, it really wasn't that close. Yeah. They pretty much had him manhandled all the way through.
I don't have the score of that game written down.
I want to say 29-21 was the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was 21 to like a small 21-7, and it really wasn't close the whole way through. Florida just outplayed them. And Florida's hard to beat at home.
Yeah.
But
so that's what's got me worried about number 11. You have Texas losing in the swamp. That means they lost in Ohio Stadium. So the road performance is starting to get
yeah, it's acceptable to defeat.
I really think that Texas A&M is head and shoulders above Florida.
Yeah, they're very fast. They can hit you with a lot of offensive weapons. The running back is great. The quarterback can move. He's got wheels. And the receivers are decent. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. But they make things happen. And they're consistent on it. And what they lack maybe in pure depth, I think they more than make up for with speed. And they're very fast. I don't think Florida will keep up with them.
Yeah.
And let's face it, Billy's not getting off of that hot seat this week. He's not. He's got it. He's got the seat warmer.
Steady, Mr. Scott.
He's got the seat warmer going, and I don't think that he is getting off of that hot seat at all. So, very interesting. We'll have to see.
I think Texas A&M will easily win this game.
Yeah, I like it. 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 What do you have? By 14?
16.
16. I like it.
And that's our CFP bubble. That's our top 12.
That is our top 12. Yeah, it's either you're going to make it happen or you're not.
And the field is chasing us 12. The next 13 teams are not that off the pace.
Yeah, I agree. Notre Dame at North Carolina State. I'm going to tell you that Marcus Freeman is going to have them ready for this game. The games you have to worry about are the USC. You have to worry about, if they were playing Michigan, you'd have to worry about that. And the Stanford one. For whatever reason, they turn into a duck when it comes to the Stanford game. I don't know why. They could beat USC and then they lose to Stanford. And then everyone's scratching their heads. So I like Notre Dame at North Carolina State. It won't be pretty. It'll be by 10.
Yeah, that's what the math is, 10 points.
10 points.
And there's another coach, Doreen. He averages 8.9 wins a season.
He goes to a bowl.
Yeah,
he gets him to a bowl. We've talked about this. He'll get you to a bowl. You know what I'm saying? He might not get you to the playoffs. He might not get you to a national championship, but you're going to go to a good bowl. You'll bring some cash into the school. This is the coach before the coach. You know what I mean?
This is Coach Franklin -1.
Yeah. Well, hey, did I call it? I told you. Franklin, listen to me close, my friends. Okay. Matter of fact, we'll cover that one a bit. I like Notre Dame in this one. I agree with you. I think 10 points is a fair amount. Notre Dame over North Carolina State at North Carolina State. Next up, number 14, LSU versus South Carolina. This game has been close the last couple of years. It's been very, very good. Matter of fact, last year, did South Carolina knock off LSU?
I don't remember at all.
Yeah, I think it was close. I want to say it was. It was. Yeah, but this is a different LSU team, so they have a lot of people that return. Gus Nussmeier is good. How they didn't come out on top the other day was beyond me. But again, that was Kelly's game, where usually happens the very first game of the season, and Kelly's pounding his fist on the desk saying, every time the first game of the season, these guys freaking lose. Well, now we're here at South Carolina. Is it a trap game?
I'm looking what time. If it's after 6 o'clock, it's over.
Yeah, because it's at South Carolina.
No, it's at LSU, and it's at 7:45. This game is over.
So, what is the point spread?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
LSU by +8. But a night game.
I like LSU in this one. I do.
A night game at Baton Rouge is like
Lights out.
yeah, this is not good for the Gamecocks.
All right. Here's one that I have a hard time trying to decipher. We've got undefeated BYU going against Arizona. Arizona has glimmers of diamond chips all around, but then they have that moment to where, oh, I don't know what happened. We can't get it done. You know?
Are you Northern Arizona or Arizona?
Arizona. And it's at Arizona. So the Wildcats are facing BYU, Brigham Young. And my question is, Brigham Young usually has a very good offensive firepower. I don't know what the defense looks like on this one. Is it enough to overcome? And what time is it playing at Arizona?
Now you got the time. Let me see.
Is it a night game? Because that makes it even
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
I think it's a little enough time to watch Arizona State win. And then Arizona goes, I think we have to win because we need this to keep up.
Oh, so we're over here. And, oh.
And BYU is undefeated, and they played Portland State, Stanford, East Carolina, Colorado, and West Virginia. So their opponents have been
Subpar.
C+.
Yeah. Subpar. Questionable.
But they took care of West Virginia last week, so I think they're they're at least heading in the right direction, being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5-0.
Yeah. What do we have on that one? Arizona's only got one loss, though, right?
Arizona. Let me look.
Or is it two?
Arizona. One loss.
I think it's easy to say BYU by like 7 points. And I think that one loss was to TCU, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I haven't looked at. Let me look at their schedule. But their coach only averages 4 wins a year, and their strength of schedule is, Ohio State and Georgia, 13 and 14 respectively. Arizona is 3.92, so it's obvious that they play a tough schedule.
So the Nurses Academy over there in Phoenix shouldn't count too much. All right, so I like BYU in this one, John. What do you think?
Yep,
I think
by 10.
yeah, I like BYU in this one. I think it's a safe bet. BYU, maybe a field goal to a touchdown, I feel is pretty good.
Yeah. Arizona's lost to Iowa State.
That was it?
That's it. They're 4-1.
Golly, that's a tough call. It is a tough call. I mean, all right, we'll move on from there. I like BYU in that one. Next one, number 16, Penn State versus Northwestern. And I'm going to tell you, Northwestern has some glimmers of light. It's a low dim. It's not a big bright spotlight. Penn State will recover this week, I believe, from the embarrassment that they suffered last week, and to a new interim coach, which I thought was just sheer beauty. But I think that Penn State realizes they have to recover. This is it.
They have to win out.
Yeah, you have to win out, and we already know it's not going to happen. You suffer another loss, you're out of the playoffs. It's just that simple. You might get away with 2 losses. You're not going to get away with 3. There's just too many other teams out there to consider, and I just don't see it happening.
Northwestern, their 2 losses is Oregon and Tulane.
Yeah, and Tulane. I like Penn State in this one by 7.
The Knights has them by plus 12, but if they show up like they did against UCLA, it'll be third loss and minus 12.
Yeah, that'd be embarrassing.
Northwestern is not going to roll over.
No, they won't roll. No, they'll play to the end. They will play to the end. Northwestern never rolls over. As a matter of fact, they're like a bunch of fire ants. They all get up on your leg and then they start biting you. But they're going to do it right to the end till you can get the hose and squirt them all off. There's no question, So
I cannot believe that game is being played at Academic. It seems like they've played all of their games at home.
Yeah, I like Penn State in that one. John, the next one's going to be interesting. And not really, but I believe that it will.
Georgia Tech plays Virginia Tech.
I got to tell you, Georgia Tech's got some magic going.
Yeah, they do.
Remember when O'Leary was there and they had that little bit of magic going? And then, of course, everyone came out with, well, he lied about his degree or lied about all this stuff. I was like, I don't care. He was winning. I don't care, you know. I don't care. That's between him and God. He's winning.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of him, and then they kind of went into like the pooper for a while, and then they get somebody else in, another pooper. Well, they got a little something going now. You know, it's not the full magic show, but they've got they've got the bunny in the hat thing down pat. So I like Georgia Tech in this one.
I do too, by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think Georgia Tech is they're hungry. They want to prove that they belong, and that's a dangerous team. And they don't quit at the end either. They're like Northwestern. They will hang around just to be a menace. You know what I'm saying? And then steal it from you. They will actually help you rip defeat out of the jaws of victory. They will do that. That is a team that can do that. And they're tough. They're tough. So I like Georgia Tech on this one by 7.
So Georgia Tech closest game was Wake Forest 2 weeks ago. It was 30-29. That was the closest game they had this year.
And they still got it done.
Yeah.
They still got it done. I don't care if it's 1 point. I don't care if it's 10 points. Nobody cares. If you go to the national championship and you win by 1 point, guess what? It might not be stylish. It might not look, amazingly glossy or glow in the dark or anything else. But if you're hoisting up that trophy, guess what? You're the champ. So they want to go into something and they want to be a champion. They have a possibility of, can they win the ACC? I don't know. But they've got as good a shot as anybody else. That's for sure. Next up, Iowa State, disappointing, against Colorado. And I will tell you this, Iowa State rights the ship, even if it's at Colorado. I like Iowa State in this one. Too many distractions going on at Colorado. They've kind of lost their identity. Coach Prime has been going through his issues. So I don't think that they have mustered up enough talent to handle Iowa State. I think Iowa State runs them over. I like Iowa State by 10.
The math has Iowa State by 12. So Coach Prime is only, let me see, after 2.5 years there, after all the hype, he is 14-14, and he will not be on the sidelines most likely on Saturday. Make that 14-15.
Yes, but if you remember, they were 1 in whatever. They were abysmal. So when he got there, at least he brought some wins in. He got them all beefed up, all excited, had them believing in themselves, and then they played somebody tough, and they got waxed. And it brought them back down to reality. But you'll have that. You know what I'm saying? You get all dressed up, Gracie Dre, and then you get left at the altar. That's just how it goes. So, all right. Now we've got
number 19, Memphis.
Yeah, they're idle.
They're idle.
Number 20, Texas Tech.
Out of nowhere.
Texas Tech at Kansas. Oh, my goodness. Texas Tech, speedy little team, very talented, can overwhelm you fast. They're like a bad hornet's nest. And they are, too. They just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. I like Texas Tech in this one.
I have Texas Tech by +8.
Yep, I could see that. Absolutely.
Kansas, I have them number 56. Leopold is from the MAC, Buffalo. He's 21-30 after 4.5 years there. No.
No.
30 after 4.5 years.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, we thank you for your services. There'll be a cold sandwich and a drink at the door.
Still past being deposited.
Yeah.
30. Kansas and Les Miles were headed in the right direction, and after Les left, Leopold was doing good. But since that burst of first 5 or 6 games, they've been downhill.
Yeah, well, when you have a name like Leopold, I mean, you have to go back to the old times and think, wasn't that dude defeated? In the Army? Oh, all right. So let's move on to number 22, Arizona State at Utah.
Wow. That'll be a street fight.
This is like a bad gunfight somewhere in Dodge City, and they're both excellent gunmen, but somebody forgot to load the gun. That's going to be the end of this one. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the end of this one. I got to tell you, the Sun Devils look pretty good, but I don't know what to think. What do you got on that one, John?
This is Arizona State by 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is a here or there one. You know what I'm saying? This is the one where it could go either direction.
And what's crazy is Utah 4-1, and they're a quiet 4-1.
And Arizona State is what do we have? Arizona State
4-1.
4-1 also. Well then. Yeah, Coach Dillingham, 18-13 in his third year. I like the coach. He went out, he got people. I watched what he did last year. It was impressive. They were one bad referee call away from playing Ohio State. I mean, that's just the facts. But
what's bad was when the coach is pointing at the scoreboard and going, Stevie Wonder could have seen that.
Yeah. How did you miss that one? Yeah. I like Arizona State in this one. I think they could go on the road. I think they'll hold their own against Utah. They've done it before.
I'm looking right to see.
What's the weather like? Maybe is it a night game, a day game? What's the weather like? Are we talking about 17 inches of snow? Are we,
It's at 10:15 at night in Utah. Saturday here is going to be 35. So Utah, I'm guessing they can start making snow if they wanted to.
Oh, so that's travel and late night. Let's see.
So Arizona is going to have to do, I don't know, not a miracle job, but they just have to play from being ahead, not catch up.
Yes. I like Arizona State.
Me too, +2. But Willingham has been there forever in Utah, and if he doesn't have the team around him, they're 5-5 or 6-6, and he has a better team this year. So we'll see. Last year they lost their quarterback early.
Yeah. This basically comes down to whoever has better dreams at night on Friday. That's what it comes down to. So, Next one up, number 23 is UNLV at Air Force. I like UNLV.
So UNLV, when I did the rankings for the preseason, they were like 106 because of brand new coach and all hype. They're like on, well, can they get there? They said, well, Mullins will be their coach. I'm like, oh, they can get there. They got there.
Yeah, I like them. I like UNLV. I think that they'll be just fine against Air Force.
I think Air Force has got a down year, so UNLV by 2 touchdowns.
One of my favorite games, and it's coming up. Number 24. Go ahead, John.
Navy.
Dun, 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 dun. I like Navy at Temple. I think that they're more than capable of it. They're hungry. I think this is a very, very good team, very well coached. I think that they will win the Commander-in-Chief's Cup again, and it will be starting right here with good footing against Temple. I like Navy.
Me too. The Matt has them plus 12. An Air Force friend of mine said, "You know why Minnesota Vikings colors are purple?
After the bruises?"
Yeah, getting beat up, you be purple too.
Oh,
They're red and white, but they should be purple because they've been beat on pretty bad.
I think so too. I think you're going to get beat up, and that's it. All right, now we get on over into the bonus rounds, guys. Now, John, I'll add my comedic things, but this is all John right here. The attention goes to John. Here you go. I will step out of the spotlight and stay right here. Talk to me, John.
The first bonus game is Michigan at USC. And I don't know how long Michigan's going to rely on the quarterback only, but this week they're going to have to bring the whole team with them.
USC is that team that can knock them off, and I believe that they're angry about last year. And like you said, Michigan is a one-dimensional team with this kid. And, and even though the kid is good, he runs his mouth even better than he does playing. So, at least so far. Very close games on a few of them. Wisconsin was close. Now they're playing even tougher. So I got to tell you, I like USC in this one.
Me too. Darn straight.
I like them by 3.
Let me look. So the numbers have Michigan by 1, but I think Michigan will not travel well because going from there to the West Coast or back and forth, either West, East, or East, West, they have not fared well except for Oregon beat Penn State. But the rest of it has been, it seems like they're tired from the flight.
They need a nap from the nap.
That's right.
Yeah, I like USC in this one. When it's 1 point, I'm taking the home team. I know they take into account 3 points, but I got to tell you, for the travel time and everything else, and Underwood running his mouth the whole time, and their fans are just plain obnoxious. So being in a whole different venue, I like USC on this one. I think it goes to overtime. I think USC can kick a field goal and win the game.
I agree. USC. I say they beat them in regulation.
Yeah, I like them. All right, John, next one up.
Northern Illinois at Eastern Michigan. Talk about.
I have no clue. I have no clue in this one. Northern Illinois has always been a giant killer, but I don't think that they can kill in that this year. I'm not sure. I think their record, they've had 2 losses, I believe.
I'm looking right now. They are 1-4.
Okay, so they're bad.
Yeah.
And Eastern Michigan, I think they have one more winning game than they do.
I think they're equally bad. I'm looking though, because I looked on Tuesday and I have not gone back to. Eastern Michigan is 1-5. 1-5. They beat the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah. Okay. So, beating the Raging Cajuns, that's disturbing. But it gives them a little bit of dirt road credibility, not street credibility, but dirt road credibility.
And the closest game that Northern Illinois has had this year so far is against San Diego State. They lost 6-3. 6-3. It's been a heavy rain.
I like Eastern Michigan in this one.
Must have been. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll take Eastern Michigan with zero points.
Holy Cross.
Yeah. Another high academic kindergarten school. Anyway, I like Eastern Michigan in this one. Maybe 1 point, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's going to be close no matter what because between them they only have 2 wins and they have 9 losses. So it definitely is not going to be one of those high scoring affairs where it comes down to the last kick or the last drive. It's not going to be the ugliest team out there playing.
No, what'll happen then? This will be somebody trying to win it with the field goal. They hit the crossbar. It lands in the defender's hands, and he runs it back the whole way out of a fluke, and then they win the game. What does the computer have?
Northern Illinois by +3.
Wow. Okay.
It must have been that game against Holy Cross.
I guess that must have counted. All right. Then we had a little snafu because down in bonus round number 3, we have again Iowa State at Colorado.
I'll have to change it. No
Yeah.
problem.
We could put something else in there.
Let's see.
Pick a game. Pick a game and we'll make the correction, guys.
Let's see. Massachusetts at Kent State.
He picks one. And look at the Kent State at UMass.
UMass is 0-5. And
I'll take Kent State. I like Kent State. I think UMass goes 0-6, and I'll take Kent State. And I'll bet you the computer backs me up.
I haven't looked. I worked that one out. You know what?
Okay, Kent State at UMass. All right.
Kent State. Kent State is. I have them 100 and number 104 out of 110 teams. Wow. That's
Wow.
and believe it or not, UMass is below them. Wow. Okay. That's going to be the game.
I'll take Kent State.
Me too, but I want to watch it just to see if it's at Kent State. So
I'll take Kent State at home by 3 over UMass.
Did you know UMass is in the MAC now?
Listen, I didn't even know that they were a collegiate team. I'm just finding out now. All right. I'm on the edge of my seat like watching an old history movie. I was surprised as they were. Isn't that what Bargetzi says? He said, I watched Pearl Harbor. And he goes, I got to tell you, I was on the edge of my seat. I was as surprised as they were. I was like, oh, my goodness. Oh, I like Kent State.
Me too.
All right. Next one up.
Bonus game 4 is TCU at Kansas State.
I like TCU.
TCU has been up and down ever since Patterson left, so you don't know.
They've only lost one game.
Looking for TCU is 3-1, 8-4. They're only a 4-point favorite over Kansas State.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I like TCU.
Kleiman is 50-32 at Kansas State. And Dykes at TCU is 28-13. I don't know. Kleiman might pull that one out just because of the history. But Kansas State is definitely not a favorite for that game.
No, I like TCU. That's I agree. I think TCU they take that one. And last but not least,
Utah State at Hawaii. That's a shocker right there. Hawaii is 4-2. And
Utah State is
3-2.
3-2. And it's at Hawaii.
Hawaii is a 1-point favorite. Let me look. I'm looking. So Utah's coach is 28-29 after 5 years. And Hawaii's coach is 11-15 after 2. I'm taking Utah State in the upset.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going with the Utah State. The numbers were backwards for the Hawaii coach.
And it's at Hawaii, so at least Utah will go from the cold to the warm. Like we've been practicing at minus 20 degrees, and you guys have been practicing at 70 degrees. So we're here.
So, before we jump into the Heisman, we're going to go back over it again. John and I like Ohio State. We like Oregon. We like Georgia. We like Bama. We like Tennessee. We like Ole Miss. I don't know with the Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah,
that's a tough call. I have to feel it out and somehow or another in my mind, it keeps telling me take Oklahoma.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
I think I'm going to take Oklahoma in that one. I feel like it is a good bet. But rivalries are always tough. It could go either way. but Texas is coming off of getting stung, and are they still swollen? That's the question. Do they still have a little bee venom in it? You know what I'm saying?
And Oklahoma's playing with their backup quarterback, and they're like, so what?
Yeah, they don't care. I like Oklahoma in that one. We're taking Texas A&M. We're taking Notre Dame. We're taking LSU. We're taking BYU. We're taking Penn State. We're taking Georgia Tech. We're taking Iowa State. We are taking Texas Tech over Kansas. We're jumping on to Arizona State. We're jumping on UNLV. Definitely taking Navy. And then we're jumping on the USC train. Then we're taking Northern Illinois. We switched up. Bonus game number 3 is going to be Kent State versus UMass. We're taking Kent State. Bonus round number 4 is TCU versus Kansas State. I like TCU, so does John. And then we're taking Utah State over Hawaii for the 5th bonus round. That is our picks, guys. But now we've got to cover, as always, we have to sit here and we must cover our Heisman guys right now. So we will do that. All right, let's put that there to the side. That is a lot of information that we go over. 11 pages worth. 11? I print this out every week. I print this out, and I look at the stats. I look at everything, and I could just type. Look at that. Look at that. See this? Right. Okay. That's once a week that I do that because I like that information. It does help. We kind of cut the chore for you. We weed eat the ground. You might still cut the grass, but we're weed eating for you and try to help you out there as best as we can. So there's that. Now we get into one of the more fun things here, and that is the Heisman Watch. And right out of the gate, so far, right on out of the gate, I'm going to let John. This is your forte here, and you guys will notice I cut on and off my camera because I want y'all to pay attention to John here. John seems to have these things figured out pretty good, and then we'll yay or nay it afterward. We'll give either a thumbs up or a not so fast, my friend. So, all right, John. Put it on the grill, my friend.
Our number 1 Heisman hopeful, Carson Beck, quarterback, Miami. 102 completions out of 139 attempts for 1,213 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions with a QBR of 84.4. So, you know, the program, the wins, and now the stats. He definitely is not the highest producer of yards in the quarterback in the NCAA, but he puts it all together for the team. So,
he's getting it done. I like him as a number 1 pick. Also, I agree with you. Right now, Miami seems like a well-oiled machine. They're moving down. Are they the number 1 team in the nation? I don't know. They could be. They very well could be. But then again, you have to understand it is the ACC. I don't know how they would hold up against the rest of the SEC. So pit them against a Georgia, an Alabama, a Tennessee. Pit them against a Ohio State, an Oregon. Put them against some of the other teams. And can they hold their own? This isn't like the Miami of years ago, but I like what Carson Beck has going on. And right now, they could very well be that team. We will see. I mean, we've got a lot of football left to play. 6 more games. So we're gonna have to see what happens. But I do like Miami and Carson Beck. You are number 1 on the Heisman vote as of this time.
So Miami plays next week Louisville, which will be their 3rd contests from the year. I really don't see Miami losing to Louisville, but you just don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We'll have to cover that one next week. I like it. Next up, who do you got? Number 2.
Arch Manning, quarterback, Tennessee or Texas, 81 completions for 135 attempts, 1,151 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 28 rushes for 123 yards. His QBR is 60.1.
Arch has one problem. Arch's problem is he's a car tomatoer. Okay? He's good for tomato in a car. It's his style of throwing, that sidearm thing, and he'll tomato a car. No problem. And he'll splat it all over the driver's side window. Okay? But the problem is, do I think he's number 2 in the Heisman? Absolutely not. I see him going, but you give Texas another loss or 2, he's not going anywhere. He's going to the couch. Okay? He'll be turning on the TV, going to the couch. So I'm not sure about that one.
So Oklahoma may finish his argument this Saturday.
Absolutely. Next up,
Tommy Castellanos, quarterback from Florida State, 70 completions for 115 attempts, 1,120 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and had 41 rushes for 217 yards, 76.2 QBR. And with him is, is he going to stay in the pocket, or is he going to be flushed out and then have a wild throw or have success on the ground? But it's like a night and day thing with him. Is you never know what you're going to get at what time of the day is going to happen.
Now, I watched them play and watched them lose at Virginia, and I could tell you that when I watched him and observed him playing, he was throwing high. It was always high. Guys would have to jump up to 10 feet in the air. Their vertical leap had to be at least 6-7 feet, to try to get to the ball. The other problem he had was it was rushed. If you rush this guy and you start to get to him, he is going to be errant, is what I saw. He can run. He has the heart of a warrior, and he can make things happen on the cup. So I mean, right off the cup, he can do things. But if you pressure him enough, he will crumble like apple pie. Okay, and I mean that's just how it is. Does he make it to New York or not? Is going to be a very, very good question. Possibly.
Yeah. I don't see it happening either now after 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But beginning of the year he was lights out.
Yes. And he was too. Virginia really played a mind game with him. They just outplayed him. They outplayed him and hung in there the longest. So next up,
Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback from LSU, 150 completions for 171 attempts, 1,159 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 76.4 QBR. And with him, it's like, it's a whole bunch of offense and a lot of completions, but you just don't know if if he's going to be at about, I don't know, at that playing level in 6 more weeks.
Yeah, I could almost like have this image of Kelly running around the field, kicking him in the rear end. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? The guy has got to. He's been around the program long enough. I think he should have a much higher QB rating and yards completion. This is the suspect part that I had of LSU at the beginning, and it got exposed. And again, under pressure, we saw this with USC last year, the first game, if you remember. It was a shootout, and Williams and him, they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But as soon as the defense was getting pressure on him, he was throwing it over his shoulder. It was like taking a gun and shooting it over your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It was. Eventually, you'll shoot yourself in the foot,
or you'll hit a red zone.
Yeah, I think, in all honesty, none of them right now are holding up to Carson Beck when it comes to that. Nor do I think that they will. I think Carson Beck has the best all-around team around him, the support cast, to make him stick out. So I don't know. I think Castellanos, him, and Arch Manning will share a glass of tea on the couch, observing what's going on in New York.
And Drew Aller will be watching from Medina. Won't be Manhattan, it'll be Medina.
Yeah, I don't think he could. Drew Aller. This kid should have had it together. You know what? This kid has the potential to be a great football player when he becomes great. I mean, there's no question. When he becomes great, he'll be a great player. Right now, it's not it. And you would think, and Penn State is probably one of the few teams next to like TCU and everyone that just has all these amazing returning starters. And this kid, it's not all him. It's the supporting cast around him. I think that they're going to be. James Franklin is 10-2 guy normally. Let's just face it. Listen to me close, people. 10-2 coach. 10-2. That's who he is. 10-2 guy. Now you add Oregon into the mix and UCLA, okay, and some of the Pac-12 teams. I think now he's 9-3 and 8-4 guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, he looks like 9-3 guy. You still got to get past Ohio State at home, which is a tall task. I don't think that they'll do it. And then somewhere down the road, I don't know if they play Michigan or not, but you're playing one-dimensional Underwood there, and that's going to be a close game. I think that you've got 9-3 guy or 8-4 guy. I don't think that they make the playoffs.
I'm looking right now. Penn State. Where'd you go? Penn State is number 16. And they have to play Iowa yet, Ohio State, and Indiana. And I think they lose at least Ohio State and Indiana, and who knows what Iowa will do. And that will be your 8-4 season.
Yeah, I told you, 9-3, 8-4 guy. That's who he is. That's it. Does he go to New York? No. No. No New York for you. No soup for you. No New York for you.
So the next guy we were looking at, Cade Klubnik, Clemson, 111 completions, 172 attempts, 1250 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And he has 38 rushes for 58 yards, 54.0 QBR. And Clemson's just like heckle and jive. You really don't know what you're going to get each week. Last week against North Carolina, they looked flawless.
Yeah, but it's North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Belichick is there right now. The man has been out of coaching for a little bit. He hasn't been in the college ranks, which is a whole different element. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to keep up with the young lady he's dating. You know, I mean,
the income train. Who knows after 6 games what the end of the year's is it a 5-win season? Is it 6 wins of the playoffs and go to the bowl? But I see him fighting to make a bowl. But Mac Brown did not lead the covered bowl.
yeah, it's yeah, he's not going to be there. No, he's just not going to be there. It's not going to get done. I think somewhere along the line, with the pressure that Dabo Sweeney is going under, and everything else, he might have. Listen, let's put this other kid in. Let's give him a shot. You can only go with Klubnik for so long, and then. You know, even if he's getting his job done, again, another team that has good talent that is not producing what it should produce. And, you know, you got to start somewhere. And the coach isn't going to start with himself. He blames everybody else, you know. So, you know, that's how that goes. And he won't be there. And neither will the next guy. All right, next up.
Next up is Lenore quarterback, South Carolina. 58 completions, 87 attempts, 886 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 48 rushes for 98 yards. He started out the first 2-3 games, he was like unstoppable.
Yeah, he got hurt though. So I look at it this way. He has a chance for redemption out of all of those guys. He has the best chance. But he has to take 2 or 3 of these games away from top 25 teams in order to do that. Will that happen? No, I don't believe so. But when you look at it, for not playing for a full game or two, he still has 886 yards compared to Klubnik's, 1250, or Aller's 963, or Nussmeier's, 1159, or Castellanos 1120. So even Arch Manning's, he's not far behind him. And if you look at the attempts to completion rate, 58 to 87 is not bad. He can run when he's healthy. And, 48 rushes for 98 yards, you're not going far. Quit throwing your quarterback under the bus to where he's going to get mauled, because that's what's happening. So either get him some protection in there, or do something, but don't let the kid get mauled.
Yeah, this week in LSU, he has to perform.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It has to. Next up,
We're out of the quarterbacks and we're into the receivers. Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State, 35 receptions for 483 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's averaging 13 yards a catch.
Jeremiah has one thing that is against him. He is a decoy. He is a decoy first and foremost. Is he the best receiver or best player in college football today? Yes. Watching him last week, they were throwing. That was one thing that you saw was they were able to use Jeremiah Smith to get Max Clare open, to Inus, to Tate, and everything else, because they were focusing 2 and 3 guys on this guy. He's a phenom. He's got incredible talent, but Ohio State is not a one-dimensional team. They're multi-dimensional. If you leave him alone, you're going to get burnt. You put him one-on-one, you're going to get burnt. And that's all. It's been proven time and time again. He's not going to get covered one-on-one. He'll be, see you later, So will he be in New York? Absolutely. Absolutely he will. He's a yes.
So far, so good. So the leaders for receiving is San Jose State. He has 665 yards. That leads all of NCAA.
Yeah, he is what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's decoy man. That's what he is.
I want him to catch a one-hand ball against Michigan and have them win.
Absolutely. Next up.
Aaron Anderson from LSU, 23 receptions for 305 yards. And he's kind of tailed off, if you count the first 6 games and you count 3 and 3, you get hurt. The first 3 games he was hot. The last 3 he's not so hot.
Again, though, LSU has a pretty good, talented roster, and he's also kind of a decoy. Can he get to New York? Yeah, I think he can get there. I think that this kid is talented. Yeah, I watched him play. He's got amazing hands. I think he has a possibility there. He's just stuck kind of like Jeremiah Smith is. They open up the other doors. It opens up the run. It opens up the tight ends. It opens up other wide receivers. And I think he's kind of in that same position. Is he as talented as Jeremiah Smith? No, but he's not far off either. It's like Smith has 2 or 3 extra steps, but this guy still is right there, 1 or 2 steps behind. He's fantastic. So, I think he has a possibility of being there.
I agree, but I really think it'll be Beck, Smith, and the next player, Jeremy Love, Notre Dame, 83 rushes for 445 yards and 6 touchdowns. So, if
he's working.
Yeah.
Love is working. He's trying to keep him on top. I think he really needs, if he wants to be in New York, he's going to have a couple of big bust-out games. And only because they dug themselves a hole of 0-2. And, but if they win out, and I don't know if that's favorable for them or not, but if they could win out, they could be in the playoffs. Probably would be. I give them a better chance than I give Penn State, no question. But you're working hard. If you're the workhorse of the team, You're working hard. I could see him there. I do. Next up.
Anthony Hill, linebacker from Texas, 31 tackles and 2 forced fumbles. So a little bit for the shining side of the Texas team for defense will be.
I could see that. That's working. That's working.
Anthony Hill after the backup quarterback.
Yeah, I see him there. I don't think that that's unrealistic. He's where you have 31 tackles.
That's a lot.
That's a lot on your team. I'm sorry. That's your working. I'm smacking some of the other players. What are y'all doing? Let's get to work. This guy's being the supervisor and the lowest guy in the totem pole and working. Yeah, I see him there. No question.
And then the next defensive guy is Caleb Downs from Ohio State. 19 tackles, 4 were solos, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 interception.
Which was against Texas. Mm-hmm. And then you got Averill Reese, OSU, with 29 tackles. They're working. They're working. Will he be there? Yeah.
Caleb Downs is like the defensive captain.
Yeah, he'll be there. The whole thing is predicated basically around him, and not only as a quarterback from an offensive side, you're sitting there having to figure out where's the Downs guy at, because he rarely misses a tackle. Mm-hmm. When he comes up to make a tackle, he's on point. He makes that tackle. 9 out of 10 times, he's making that tackle.
You don't see jumping over him.
Yeah, and he's fast. And the funny thing is, the defense is supporting him. I mean, you've got Averill Reese right there with 29 tackles. There's another guy. I mean, the linebackers and they're all working. Everybody is working. Sonny Styles, Lorenzo Styles, everybody is working. So it makes they'd be just. It's like the Illinois coach said, we need all the fans on deck this week. Yeah. So, yes, I see him there too. Next up.
TJ Parker, defensive lineman, Clemson. 15 tackles, 7 were solo, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception.
I say make this kid the quarterback. He's playing lights out. Maybe he would be the better quarterback than Clay Klubnik. So, he's working, you're working. That's a pretty good resume right there. You're working, you're playing hard, and absolutely. Let's see how it carries on, but I could see that too. The people that I don't see there, I do not see Arch Manning there. If he is, I don't know how. Castellanos, you got to pull it together. Nussmeier, definitely got to pull it together. Drew Aller, just grab yourself some iced tea. Cade Klubnik, grab yourself some iced tea. Lenora Sellers.
Win.
Yeah. But when we start getting down to Smith, we get down to the wide receivers, Anderson, Love, Hill, the running back, linebackers. I think they have a right to be there. Mm-hmm. And I think it's true. Right now, the one holding the cards is Carson Beck. He's holding the cards. And I'm starting to think that maybe Georgia shouldn't have been so quick to get rid of him because of that injury, but they didn't want an injured guy. You could almost tell what they were thinking. Oh, we got this young guy that came in. He filled in and did okay, and we got him. Will he heal the right way? Yes, he did. He just needed a little TLC from Miami, and he got it. And, you can't blame him. And he's there, and he's making the most out of it. He's doing his job, and I think he's going to be number 1 there in New York.
Yeah. So you had Dabo Swinney and Kirby Smart coaching like Saban. You're like, work hard until you're hurt, and we'll get you're hurt.
Well,
and Beck was like, hell no.
Dabo Swinney right now, he can give the greatest speeches and everything like that. It doesn't matter. It's still the Alamo that's happening to him. Is he on the hot seat? His buyout is keeping him safe. He's, Billy Napier, is he on the hot seat? His buyout's keeping him safe. And they got the buyout card, which is like the, get out of jail free card monopoly. So,
it's like having NIL contracts.
Yeah. I mean, you can't buy these things out. I mean, Belichick's negotiating his buyout now. I saw is either a meme or something on there for like $1 million. Just a little cash, just enough to take him over the edge, get her on a little vacation or something, make her happy, make him happy, and then see what happens from there.
So who would you rather have, like Pete Carroll at 76 years old or Belichick at 73?
Oh, Pete Carroll.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, that guy used to go down to the ganglands and recruit the gang members, okay, that had talent down there in the middle of the night. And they all knew who he was, Hey, bring in the troubled kids and everything else. And I'll tell you what, they were stars. A star is born. Woo! And eventually it caught up with him. And he bolted at the right time. And he went to Seattle and he did well. He's a good coach. He didn't do it with much fanfare like Hardball did. I mean, you have to understand, when you knew the other team's plays, it's a lot easier to win the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why don't you just hand me your sheet and,
heck with your tapes.
Yeah, and let us just, molest the film room and we'll figure it out. But Carroll was a little bit more refined and dignified to do the stuff that Hardball did. But I definitely, it would be hands down, it would be Pete Carroll.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
well, guys, there it is. It is time for us to wrap up. Do say a prayer for Kalen. Kalen is down at the emergency room. He had some issues going on, health issues that were not foreseen. So we're trying to get all those things dialed in. He will be okay. Hopefully he will be out of there tomorrow. So God's willing. I sorry, John, but I just say that, hopefully good things happen. But that's it. Anyway, John, what else you got?
I'm just excited for Texas versus Oklahoma on Saturday.
I don't know what to think. I really got to tell you, John, I'm going. Instinct is telling me go with Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I think it'll be a good game. If they can get to Arch Manning.
Yeah. You just don't know if you need a 6-pack of lemonade and tutti fruttis or a keg of beer and nachos.
Well, it comes down to, both of them are farm teams. There's a lot of manure around, and whoever can build the highest platform is going to win the game. So, we'll see. We'll see. John, thank you, as always.
Yeah, each week is fun.
Yeah, I'm grateful, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the stats and everything that you do. You guys listen. Have a great week, even better weekend, and we're there's such a closeness in the standings.
Yeah.
It's such a closeness. So wow.
And I keep looking at it, and I keep pulling it up for the separation. Usually you'll have 3 or 4 teams, and then you'll have a space, and you have 4 through or 5 through 12, and then but not this year.
Nope. It's such parity right now. It's unbelievable, and it just really is. I think I see 2 teams that possibly could be making a separation, maybe 3. We'll see.
But there's only 12 undefeated teams left in college football.
Yeah, that's it. That went quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
And this week you're like going, okay, who's going to be the ones to drop out?
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
I'm looking right now. I'm like, so Missouri 5-0 against Alabama,
I think Missouri takes a loss.
and then the next one would be. Let me see. You got UNLV and Navy. They're not going to lose this week. So you got Missouri for sure that's on the ropes going into Saturday. And
Yeah, there's pressure.
yeah, Ohio State has a little bit of pressure with Illinois, but I think they'll pull away in the second half.
Yes, I believe so. Pound for pound, talent-wise, there's just teams that have an incredible amount of talent, and they're running on all cylinders. And Ohio State seems to have a couple of gears, like some of the other teams. Oregon's one. Georgia and Alabama are another one that they could be driving along. Alabama's the one that misshifts every once in a while, and you don't expect it. And Georgia did it themselves. But when you look at the teams at the top, they're in second gear, and then they're just idling around, until they need to shift. And then they can shift into a whole nother gear and go to a whole nother level. And it's just incredible. So it's going to be very interesting. I just think pound for pound, Ohio State has more depth than Illinois.
So I think position 23 through 25 are interchangeable, and 22 and above are within 2 touchdowns, like 2 scores apart from each other.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, John, I'm out of here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
As always, you make it fun. It's a blast, and we have a good time.
Kent State, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Kent State, and I'm taking Utah State. So, the rest of it, who knows? But that's what we're going with, my brother. We're out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Bye, John. Take care, man.